What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Listen, this woman is going to explain something that I find to be very interesting. She says, you cannot be in church all day and be successful in life. Let's take a look.
You cannot be in church all day and be successful in life. I'm saying this as a Christian. If you have things in your life that are actually working for you and things that are actually blessed and things that are yielding fruit, you will have to allocate time to addressing and stewarding and growing and nurturing and educating yourself on those things. People who spend their time in church all day are doing so because outside of church, they don't have anything successful going on. That's why they must be in those four walls. Again, I'm saying this as a Christian who respects the faith, who understands fellowship and community and all of that, and who also understands that spiritual principles are supported by physical activity. So if you think that you're going to bypass your process because you do all-night prayers, or because you pray at very peculiar hours of the night, or because you fast excessively, or are serving in multiple church departments all the time, you're always the one who's going to be the church errand boy or errand girl, then you are going to be in for a rude awakening when you wake up one day and look at your life and see that it's not progressing as much as you thought it would based on the spiritual activity that you did. Because spiritual principles are supported by physical activity. Anytime you see something done in excess, whether it comes to the things of God or anything in life, there's always something wrong. You cannot hide behind spiritual activity and think that that's going to be the thing that changes your life. It will not. Add a disclaimer. For some of you, engaging in excessive spiritual activity was necessary for a season in your life because it was either that or doing white lines, angel dust. For some of you, it was this or that. So the better was for you to be in a structured system where you spend all your time doing that instead of the other debauchery that you're going to be doing. I get it. But even God himself will want to transition you out of that season in life. Good or bad, all seasons come to an end. God himself wants you to mature out of certain lifestyles, certain practices, certain spiritual activities that you are prioritizing that don't necessarily need to be the priority in this season of your life. Again, I'm not saying forfeit prayer and fasting and reading your word and fellowshipping with Christians. No. But for some of you, you cannot be serving in every church department and expecting other areas in your life to get proper attention to grow. You have a degree you need to finish. For some of you don't have a degree. That's the problem. You need to go get that. For some of you have a business, a trade, a career, a family, a household, practice, whatever it is that you have outside of church, it does need stewardship and attending to. So spending all day in church is not going to help you with those things that require physical attention, right? You need to get educated, you need to study, you need to get certified, you need to get taught, you need to pass exams, you need to apply, you need to get admission, you need to do things, you need to work, you have a job, put hours towards your job. Imagine you are praying for spiritual increase, but you're always calling out on work because you have a revival that you need to travel out of state for. Come on now. It's spiritual foolishness at the end of the day and stupidity. My people suffer for lack of knowledge, not lack of spiritual activity, not lack of going to church conferences, not lack of being at all-night prayers and waking up at all times of the night to pray. Lack of knowledge. God supports knowledge. God supports wisdom. He is the custodian of knowledge and wisdom, and he wants you to apply yourself. He really does. Some of you have been praying for things for several years and you're saying God hasn't answered me. But the truth is, you need to be doing work as much as you do spiritual activity. I wish some of you applied yourself practically the same way you apply yourself spiritually. Spending hours of time in prayer, going to these conferences, watching these seminars, listening to hundreds of hours of YouTube channels of sermons. But you don't even commit that amount of time into studying for an exam. The way some of you can just listen to these religious podcasts, but you cannot sit under training for your work, for your teaching, for your class, for your whatever. It's amazing to me. You can listen to 100 hours of insert popular pastor here, but you cannot do 100 hours of studying. That's crazy. You can wake up in the middle of the night to pray. You cannot wake up early to go study or to even do something. Isn't that odd to you? Though the devil is resisting me, that's why I haven't gotten my breakthrough. Why would you ever get a breakthrough when you don't even invest yourself in the basic routine and principles and structures of life? Some of you cannot even follow a basic planner. You cannot even follow a basic schedule. Some of you in school, you can't even follow curriculum. You're here talking about God is going to give you a breakthrough, which again, God will give his blessings to however he wants to give, whether they've done certain things or not. That is God's doing. But what I'm trying to say is some of you are so in the clouds that you don't even see what's going on in real life in front of you. And that's why your life is passing you by and it's not progressing. You're saying other people, they don't have to pray as much because they do the work. The principle is going to reward you if you do the work. It has nothing to do with whether you are spiritually active or not. It has absolutely nothing to do with that. Again, I'm not discrediting these things. I'm saying in excess, these things will work against you. They will absolutely work against you. So wake up.
Wow. I could not agree more. Listen, she said a lot, and people are gonna be upset from this. I know it. They're gonna be religious people. They're like, no, you need to pray 16 hours. You need to fast 93 days. You have to just keep going in order to see your breakthrough. Listen, what she's dropping in this video is wisdom, okay? Faith without works is dead. So if you have all this faith and you're praying and fasting, but you're not doing the actual work, you're not studying, you're not going and getting educated, like she just said, I'm telling you, you're wasting a lot of time. And it's not that prayer is a bad thing. I truly believe that we have to have an understanding of balance in our lives, right? But what are your thoughts? What are your opinions, comments, concerns? Put them down in the comment section below, and I will catch you guys on the next one. Peace.